The opinions made in this video do not necessarily coincide with that of Imaginary Goddess, or anyone else for that matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, Makuto here, friend of Imaginary Goddess. Know you guys are wanting some content other than just videos of us playing matches and stuff, so I think we're going to do a Weiss Schwarz kind of practice matches here, and I'm going to show some cards and stuff like that, and see what kind of stuff we can get at here. I'm going to go ahead and start with budget decks. I know a lot of people trying to just get right into the game say a lot of things about how much the decks cost and how expensive this kind of is. So I'm just going to go over a few decks that I made that I didn't really spend too much money on, and I think they do pretty well. So first I'm going to start with a Japanese deck. It's actually the Kantai collection deck, and they made like a ton of cards for this. So there's all kinds of things you can do, different colors that you can get really cheap decks for almost nothing. I think I made this deck for about $25, $30. Mostly made out of commons and uncommons. And what I did was I went through all the cards and I kind of looked for draw cards. I just really wanted to make a deck that was based mainly off draw power. So I have the level 0 assist, which is a tap 1 or pay 2, tap 2, draw. So there's a lot of draw there. I have this level 0 here that when you reverse your opponent, you can damage and draw. That's really good, especially when you're 0, because you can level up faster. And I use that with this climax here, because I've had that climax. And let's see if I can find this character. This character on the field, when she attacks, she gives everyone plus 2k. So I use that with here, so I can easily destroy folks. Also, I could tap something in back row, gives her an extra 1,000. So I'm not running really very many rares. It's just really mainly that card, the level 1, and the level 2. Oh, I don't know if she's uncommon, but I know the level 3 is a rare. So I think there's like 2 or 3 rare cards. So like I said, about 20 bucks, 25. I really like how it plays. It doesn't use brainstorm or anything like that, but with all the draw power, you can get a lot of cards in your hand. And also it doesn't use stock that much. A lot of the changes and characters, stuff like that, are done with either clocking or discarding. So you can spend that stock on a lot of your draws. You can save it for that. Alright, and the next I'll do an English deck, which is my Ren and Lin Miku Hatsune deck. This deck was fairly cheap. I think I paid about $60 for it. It has a lot more rares and double rares than my Kantai deck, especially it has the grade 3, but the grade 3 Ren and Lin are like $5 to $10 a piece depending on where you get it, so that helped out a lot. A lot of commons and uncommons, and this deck doesn't really do anything fancy except it does play the Kagami Ren receiver and the Kagami Lin receiver with the climax. That's a good combo. I really like that combo. Because it helps you can do extra damage, especially with the Lin. When you attack, if you're doing a direct attack, then if they cancel the damage, they take a shot. So, and essentially you can get 6 attacks off. Just kind of eats climaxes away, stuff like that. And the Kagami Ren, if you use that with the climax, you pay 1, and your character, you can bounce a 1 cost or lower character from their center stage back into their hand, so that helps to empty a spot for the Len character here, so he can do his attack, help you out with the bonuses and stuff. I did put a brainstorm in here. Unfortunately, it's the plus power brainstorm, which is not as good as the salvage or draw climaxes or brainstorms, but I use that to kind of eat through the deck a little bit. Doesn't really help as much as I thought it would in this deck, so I might have to switch it out later. But I do like this assist here. You can, when you put this on the field, you take a damage to give someone +1 soul. So that's actually really good for when you're level 0, of course, helps you level faster. And it's pretty much only when I use it, but very nice. Same with the change here into the level 3. That's wrong, level 3 there. Let me see if I can get it out for you guys. But the level 3 is really nice, as long as you have less than 4 stock. She's pretty much always at 12k. Also, she has a permanent effect that when she reverses an opponent, they go to stock, which is great, especially if you can just get that back up. You can throw that in really quick and put any of their strong characters right in their stock, and they can't just keep bringing them out or using anything like that, like Clock Encore or Hand Encore, anything like that. It just keeps their field clear and just keeps you doing the damage. So, but yeah, fairly cheap decks here. I really like playing both of them. And while this one has a lot more rares, does a lot more combos with climaxes and stuff like that, there's a lot more going on in this deck. So it was about 60. There is the Kantai deck, which has a lot of commons and uncommons that do a lot of different kinds of things. So while this deck is mostly draw and everything is paid by either discarding or by changing, then or clock damage, so you can use all your stock for drawing and stuff like that. So that's about it there for 2 budget decks. Next week I'll have either some new budget decks for you, or I'll have something else that we can talk about and go over. Let me know in the comments what kind of information about Weiss Schwarz you would like to know, stuff I can go over for you guys. And thanks for watching.